Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. Recently, a series of complex factors have arisen behind the investigation of Foxconn. On the one hand, the island's elections are about to take place. Terry Go insists on running as an independent regardless of the blockage from the mainland, which distracts the interests of other candidates. Support rate, on the other hand, is the competition between China and the United States in high-end manufacturing. At present, the Chinese market cannot be replaced. The two major companies, Foxconn and TSMC, have both relented and expressed their friendship to the mainland market. As one of the world's largest chip foundries, TSMC, Samsung, and Intel have monopolized the chip foundry market. Among them, TSMC alone accounts for 60% of the market share. It is conceivable that TSMC's position in the chip field is. Such a company, however, claimed that even if it gave the Chinese market $10 trillion, it would not be able to successfully create a chip. It also cut off supply chain cooperation orders for Huawei's Kirin chips, and chose to side with Micron without looking back. For the tens of billions of subsidies and market prospects promised by the United States, TSMC founder Zhong Zhongmu has been fawning over the United States over the years, and has even become the vanguard of the United States. He has actively stopped its chip foundry business in mainland China, and has a production capacity of 40 billion in the United States. Old rival Intel built a 5 nanometers wafer chip manufacturing plant next to its factory, and began chip development in the United States. Just when TSMC had everything ready and only needed the east wind, the United States has been slow to fulfill its original promise of tens of billions of subsidies, and deliberately found fault with it, believing that TSMC was unqualified in some aspects of building a factory. Since then, whether it is purchasing chip equipment or chip foundry for orders, TSMC can only pick up the remaining cooperation from Micron. Foxconn, TSMC and other companies realized that the Chinese market is the only way out and hastily suspended the establishment of factories in the United States. The former returned to China overnight with a production capacity of 300 billion and established a new business unit in Zhengzhou, while the latter it requested trade immunity from the United States to resume chip supply to the mainland, and at the same time increase the production scale of its Nanjing factory. In addition, Nvidia, Intel, Qualcomm and other US chip giants, in order to recover lost orders in the Chinese market, insist on exporting chips to China despite the US ban. There are also similar, right-Weijian, core companies that are regarded as cutting-edge by Europe and the United States. The technology has also spread to the Chinese health market, because this kind of substance has been proven in literature, such as Nature and Cell, to have the potential to restore various physiological indicators of middle-aged and elderly people aged 35 to 68 to youth levels. In the past 3 years, European and American countries have raised the price of light Weijian, similar products to 26,000 grams, which is only available to the rich. Even domestic real estate tycoon Pan Xi had to donate $600 million before he could have a chance to experience it. He even showed off the magic of this substance on social platforms, saying that his nails grew faster, and his energy seemed to be back to his youthful state. Seeing that such substances continue to occupy the wallets of domestic high-net-worth individuals, the Chinese research team set out to conquer the core raw materials of light Weijian and created the first green full enzyme process in just a few years, cutting its cost by 95% and achieving a three-digit profit. The price is introduced to Candong, Tmall and other channels to benefit groups with age needs at home and abroad with higher purity. It was precisely because they had accumulated contacts and reputation in the Chinese mainland market that Foxconn and TSMC later became the world's top foundry factories with the help of the mainland's spring breeze. Even though the technology game between China and the United States is at a fever pitch, some in the United States companies still regard the Chinese market as their most friendly partner. For example, NVIDIA founder Huang Jensen even shouted the slogan, "There is only one Chinese market in the world, and we are opposed to the chip war." Recently, Zhong Zhongmu attended an event in the United States and publicly stated that the United States has slowed down the development of China's semiconductors, which has a negative impact on both parties. In his opinion, only by strengthening cooperation and innovation between China and the United States can we better achieve technological innovation and economic development. On the surface, these remarks are for the sake of American core companies, but they are actually criticizing the United States for not decoupling from China and involving many countries in the Sino-US game. Seeing Foxconn and TSMC's successive rebellions, Biden became anxious and immediately threatened to increase sanctions. He targeted the export control of artificial intelligence chips and prevented NVIDIA from exporting advanced chips to China. At the same time, he issued a restriction order on investment in China, banning 13 companies. Leading technology companies have been added to the entity list. As everyone knows, it is precisely because of the unreasonable suppression by the United States in recent years that China's scientific and technological field has undergone rapid changes and achieved a qualitative leap. Not only has it produced a variety of domestic chips, but also components, circuit boards and other parts have also been manufactured in China. Instead, it has also made certain breakthroughs in the manufacturing of photolithography equipment and achieved excellent results. In the process of the Sino-US technology game, China has not lost.